At a regular meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Village of Fredonia, duly called and held on the 13th day of August 2012 at 7:49 p.m. in the Village Trustees Room, 2nd floor, Village Hall, Fredonia, New York, and public notice of the time and place of this meeting has been given to the news media and conspicuously posted in one or more designated public locations in accordance with Section 104 of the Open Meetings Law.
Whereas members of this board present at the meeting have read the official minutes of the Board of Trustees regular meeting of July 23rd, 2012, now therefore be resolved that this board approves the minutes as entered in official minutes, and be it further resolved that the reading of the minutes be dispensed with.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passed. Are there any reports?
Yes, we have several reports. We have the Justice Report for the month of July 2012. Total number of cases 157, with total parking tickets and fines collected of $12,383. 82 vehicle and traffic citations, criminal cases 47, village ordinances 22, civil cases 2, and ABC laws 4. We also have the police department report for the month of July 2012. Total number of incidents were 686 incidents. There were 63 arrests reported, 50 vehicle and traffic, and 41 parking tickets. The next is the building inspector's report for the month of June 2012. Total of 21 building permits issued with a valuation of $274,370 and $2,266.50 collected. 16 certificates of compliance for residential rental property inspections, 1,230 collected in fees, 11 certificates of compliance for commercial fire and safety inspections, $600 collected in fees. Final is the bid opening report for August 8th, 2012 for the salt storage building at the DPW. The low bidder was $34,750, and that was from Design Specialists, or Steel Master Building, LLC.
Okay. Any correspondence?
A notice of petition was received from Charles Sam regarding his assessment for his property located at 2 Brendan Court, SBL 130.11-3-1-3 in the Village of Fredonia.
Whereas the village clerk has received a copy of the notice of petition from Charles E. Sam against the Board of Assessment Review for the Town of Pomfret, the assessor of the Town of Pomfret, and the Town of Pomfret for review of assessment of certain real property at 2 Brennan Court, SBL 131-1-13 in the Village of Fredonia for the 2012 tax assessment. Now therefore be resolved that this said a notice petition be forwarded to the Town of Pomfret, assessing authority of the Village of Fredonia, requesting for them to protect the interest of the Village of Fredonia.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
A notice of petition was received from Ralcorp Holdings, Inc., successor in interest to the Carriage House Companies, formerly known as Red Wing Company, regarding its assessment for various village properties in the Village of Fredonia.
Whereas the village clerk has received a copy of the notice of petitions from Ralcorp Holding, Inc., successor in interest to the Carriage House Company, FKA, the Red Wing Company, against the Board of Assessment Review of the Town of Pomfret, the assessor of the Town of Pomfret, and the Town of Pomfret for review of the assessment of various real properties, requesting reduction in the assessment in the amount of $2,359,160 in the Village of Fredonia for the 2012 tax assessment. Now therefore be it resolved that the said notice petitions be forwarded to the Town of Pomfret, assessing the authority of the Village of Fredonia, requesting them to protect the interest of the Village of Fredonia.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Correspondence dated August 1st, 2012 was received from Time Warner Cable notifying the village that agreements with certain programmers are due to expire soon and may be required to cease carriage of one or more of the services in the near future. Correspondence was also received from the Secretary of the J.S. Lambert Hook and Ladder Company to transfer the name of Leonard Wachensky from the active role to the honor roll effective immediately.
Be it further resolved that the name of Leonard Wachensky, 300 East Main Street, Fredonia, is hereby transferred the active role to the honor roll of the J.S. Lambert Hook and Ladder Company effective immediately.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Correspondence was received from the Secretary of the Fredonia Fire Police to transfer the name of Peter Borzilleri from the active roll to the honor roll effective immediately.
Be resolved, the name of Peter Borzilleri, 4594 Berry Road, Fredonia, is hereby transferred the active roll to the honor roll of the Fredonia Fire Police effective immediately.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Correspondence was received from the Secretary of the Fredonia Fire Police to reinstate the name of Len Ensalaco from the honor roll to the active roll effective immediately.
Be resolved, the name of Len Ensalaco, 4535 West Main Road, Fredonia, is hereby reinstated the honor roll to the active roll of the Fredonia Fire Police effective immediately.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
A letter was received from Charles St. George dated July 23rd, 2012 regarding the appearance at the Village Barns on Eagles Street. Correspondence was also received from Melissa Thompson, Fredonia Farm Festival Chair, requesting permission to close Day Street from Route 20 to Church Street, August 24th, 2012 through August 26th, 2012, and for the permission for the 20th Maine Civil War Fife and Drum Corps to have an overnight encampment in Barker Common on August 24 and 5, 2012.
Be it resolved that the request of the Fredonia Farm Festival to close Day Street from Route 20 to Church Street, Friday, August 24th, 2012 through Sunday, August 26, 2012, and for the 20th Maine Civil War Fife and Drum Corps to hold an overnight encampment in Barker Common, Friday, August 24th, 2012, and Saturday, August 25, 2012, are hereby approved, subject to the direction of the Police Department and the village receiving a certificate of insurance from both the Farm Festival and the 20th Maine Civil War Fife and Drum Corps in the amount of $1 million.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Correspondence was received from the festival's Fredonia dated August 8, 2012, with the additional request in regards to the use of the gazebo in Barker Commons for the annual Red, White, and Blues Festival to be held September 7th and 8th, 2012.
Be it resolved that the additional request from Festivals Fredonia in regards to the use of the gazebo on Barker Common, Friday, September 7, 2012, and Saturday, September 8, 2012, for the annual Red, White, and Blues Festival are approved as follows. A, to close the alleyway parking lot driveway between the Johns and Ellicott Brew Pub on Saturday, September 8, 2012. B, to place trash receptacles along Prospect Street between the Beaver Club and the Liberty Food and Spirits, Friday, September 7, 2012. Now therefore be it further resolved that the event be subject to the village receiving a certificate of insurance in the amount of $1 million, naming the village as an additional insured, which has been received by the village and subject to the direction of the Fredonia Police Department.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Resolutions.
We're missing the public portion.
I'm sorry,
It's all right.
it's not in there.
Public session. Would anyone like to address this board this evening? Seeing no one. Let's go on to resolutions.
All right. The attached bond resolution authorizing the village share of the cost of the purchase of a rescue firefighting vehicle and for the village of Fredonia, Stock County, New York, at a maximum estimated cost of $95,000, and authorize the issuance of the $95,000 as zero bonds of said village to pay the cost thereof. Bond resolution dated August 13, 2012. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but there's a couple changes. A resolution authorizing the village share of the cost of the purchase of the rescue firefighting vehicle and for the village of Fredonia, Stockton County of New York, at the maximum estimated cost of $95,000, authorize the issuance of the $95,000 zero bonds of said village to pay thereof, whereas all conditions preceding the financing of the capital project within described, including compliance with the provisions of the State Environmental Quality Review Act, have been performed. Now therefore be resolved the affirmative vote of no less than 2/3 of the totaling voting strength of the Board of Trustees of the Village of Fredonia, Stock County, New York, as follows. Section 1, 2, and 3. 3 is hereby further determined the maximum maturity of the serial bonds are herein authorized, therefore will not exceed 10 years. 4, 5, 6, and then the resolution, which takes effect immediately, shall be published in the summary form of the official newspaper of the said village of the such purpose, together with the notice of the village clerk, is substantially the form provided in section 81.00 of the local finance law. This bond resolution is is awarded is subject to compliance of the permissive referendum attached requested for financing.
Second.
Correct?
Is that keeping going?
That's it. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, and we need a roll call vote at this point?
Yep.
Yeah.
Trustee Seary?
Yes.
Trustee Brown, two.
Yes.
Trustee Brown?
Yay.
Trustee Subject?
Yay.
I have 4 yes, 1 absent. Passes.
Be it resolved that the request from Police Sergeant Gregory L. Myers for the voluntary demotion from the position of sergeant to the position of patrolman with the Fredonia Police Department is hereby granted effective August 26, 2012, with the understanding that he thereby relinquishes all civil service rights to the position of sergeant.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Whereas bids for the purchase of emergency medical care vehicle for the Fredonia Fire Department were publicly opened and read aloud on July 26, 2012 in the Conference Room 1, Village Hall, Fredonia, New York, and whereas the lowest bid submitted meeting specifications was from Lynn Kolaja Fire Equipment Sales, Inc., 36820 Lake Road, Union City, Pennsylvania, were herein called Lynn Koja, and whereas the Fredonia Volunteer Fire Department Rescue Truck Replacement Committee has reviewed and approved the bid from Lynn Kolaja, and whereas the Fredonia Volunteer Fire Department, Inc. has agreed in writing to pay the village $92,043.05 for 1/2 of the cost of the purchase of the vehicle, now therefore be it resolved that the bid from Lynn Koja is hereby accepted for the total purchase price of $184,087 as set forth below. Net purchase price of $190,413. Trade-in value for the 97 of $8,000. Lighting upgrade of $1,674 for a total of $184,087. Be further resolved that upon the submission of the performance bond, insurance certificate, and other documents required by the contract and specifications, the mayor is hereby authorized to sign the agreement on behalf of the village of Fredonia.
Second.
We need to add,
Yeah.
this resolution is subject to completion of the permissive referendum financing. That, just add that on.
Okay. And
It is
should I
sub-
accept that, or how do I
You can accept what.
accept your
Mhm.
explanation on the permissive referendum?
Now you want the second.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
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 We got a
Opposed?
roll, no.
Okay. We're good. Oh, passed. Okay.
Be resolved that Police Officer Brian Testa is hereby promoted to the position of sergeant with the Fredonia Police Department at an hourly rate of. You doing
I
that?
don't know what that is. No, we need to brought that to my attention. I didn't know it was there.
I can hold that one if you want.
Yeah, you better hold that.
I'm going to hold that. Be it resolved that the village justice David A. Prince is hereby authorized to apply for a grant from the Justice Court Assistance Program for the year 2012 to 2013.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Be it resolved that the village streets department is hereby authorized to do chip sealing and crack filling of the attached schedule of streets at a cost not to exceed $80,000.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Say no. Passed.
Be it resolved that the code enforcement officer is hereby authorized to obtain a contractor to mow the lawn at 29 Prospect Street. Said property has overgrown grass or weeds in violation of the village property maintenance code, and the cost to be placed as a lien against the property in accordance with the code and collected in the same manner as unpaid village taxes. The estimate is $50 for the first mow and $25 for a second mow, subject to the direction and discretion of John Monaco, code enforcement officer.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Be it resolved that the mayor is hereby authorized to sign a correction easement correcting the location of the second easement described in the easement from Alfred and Susan Santorelli Jr. to the Village of Fredonia dated October 2nd, 1982, recorded in the Chautauqua County's Clerk's Office in Lieber 1947 of deeds, page 550. This new corrective easement runs through lands of Edward and Beverly Strasser from the northerly line of premises of the H. Russell and Mary Jane Stark at 76 Liberty Street to Canada Creek, and is a continuation of the old village drainage easement for Liberty Street recorded in the Chautauqua County Clerk's Office in Lieber 412, page 45. the incorrect location of the said secondary described easement from the Santarelli is released and replaced by this new corrected easement.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Be it resolved that the village contribute $500 for Festivals Fredonia Committee for promotional expenses associated with Fredonia History Days, and be it further resolved that Festivals Fredonia Committee has substantiated to the village of Fredonia the expenditure of such funds and publicity.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Be it resolved that Rebecca Joy, Farrow Road, Fredonia, is hereby hired as seasonal laborer to work with the Fredonia Farmers Market at an hourly rate of pay of $8.50 per hour and not to exceed $815 effective immediately, subject to civil service rules and regulations. No other benefits are to be given.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Be it resolved that Richard R. St. George, Chief Fiscal Officer for the Village of Fredonia, is hereby authorized to sign a flow management plan for the wastewater treatment plan as prepared by Clark Patterson Lee, as required by the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Be it resolved that Police Officer Brian Testa is hereby promoted to the position of Sergeant with the Fredonia Police Department at an hourly rate of $32.75, effective August 26th, 2012, subject to civil service rules and regulations and subject to a probationary period of 6 months.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. At this time, I'd like to congratulate Jen Schur on her accomplishments at the Olympics and celebrate the gold medal. Also, I'd like to see our board work very closely with the committee that's already been working in promoting Jen and her accomplishments over the last Olympics in 2008 and 2012, and see what we can do as a group to honor her dedication, hard work, and accomplishments. Does anyone else have anything for the? Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to thank Heidi Frame for her 5 years at Fredonia Farmers Market. She's leaving to begin her doctoral studies at Kent State University, and would just like to thank you for all her hard work.
And she is very much appreciated.
And good for her, too.
Yep, it's great stuff.
You'd rather have a doctorate than work at the farmer's market.
Go figure, you know?
One other thing, just remind the parents of Fredonia that the playgrounds are now closed, so there are no attendants at the playgrounds. I know I hate to say that because that means that the summer is winding down, so just want to remind the parents.
And with the summer winding down, Farm Festival is getting ready to wind up, as well as the Red, White, and Blues, so come out and be festive in the village. Mr. Brown,
I make a motion to adjourn.
do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.
Okay.